Hi, Dr. Mark here for Natural Health. Hope you're having a great day. We're still in February, so we're talking about Heart Month and heart health. And tonight we're focusing on our heart sound recorder. The heart sound recorder is a way for us to hear the actual sound of the heart, and Coach Eddie will talk more about it in a little while, but it's very interesting. It's not like an EKG, it's looking at the sound of the heart. And so we're looking at the different valves, and it's important because it gives us an idea of how the strength of the heart is. And by the strength of the heart, we know what nutritional needs it is. The reason I'm talking about this at first, because with a nutrition response testing, we're looking at the whole body in a more holistic approach. But the heart sound recorder is an easy way of getting into the nutritional needs of the body in just one system. So you can kind of see what nutrition will do rather than getting into the whole big picture and doing the whole program that we do. It's just an easy way of looking at it. And again, people look at it, if they want to go into more detail, they can. Otherwise, we can just stay with the heart sound recorder. That's a good place to go too. There's a lot of information we have to help patients with that too. Just wanted to point out that as we use the heart sound recorder, it's kind of a doorway into looking into the whole health picture. Now, why it's important, and I think in our office, because this way you have an objective way of getting some idea what type of nutrition you need. The problem with going to different vitamin stores and things, you really don't have any idea. You can read magazines and get, well, I'll use this vitamin for this thing, and this D3 with synthetic, and all this kind of stuff. You really don't know. I had people coming in here that have grocery bag fulls of vitamins that they've tried, it doesn't work, what's going on, that kind of thing. So it's important to have some type of objective way of determining what nutrition a patient needs. And so the heart sound recorder is a great way of doing that, an easy way of doing that, doesn't take very long, and you can see the results very quickly. So without any further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Coach Eddie. He's going to give you all the lowdown on that. Hopefully we'll find you in here. We're having a special again on the heart sound recorder for the February and March, so people can come in and see how it works and very little cost. So without that, Coach Eddie, take it away.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Mark. So yeah, like you said, I'm going to talk a little bit about the heart sound recorder and what's amazing thing of what I'm seeing with great results with my patients here. But the heart sound recorder, if we're looking at it, it's just really a low-risk general wellness device designed to assist the heart status as it's generating graphs or heart sounds. Now, the interesting part of back to the day is that this heart sound recorder, as I have it right here on the table, is very small. I mean, just ever so slightly little box that you can see here, and this is the microphone. But back in the day, the heart sound recorder used to be huge. I mean, as big as that's just kind of a coffee table, we can say, and had two rolling pins, kind of like with paper. And when these papers would roll, this needle would go with the microphone on the heart. It would go lub dub, and it would actually do the vibrations of the actual sound. So essentially, this technology is the same technology that they use with earthquakes. Now, when we're looking at the heart, we're actually looking at really the body all in general, because the heart is a mirror image of the body. So if we're looking at this, we're not looking at the actual heart itself. Yeah, we're looking at the heart, but we're actually looking at these valves that are inside of the heart. And these are the ones that are making the noises of what we're picking up. So we're looking at the mitral, the aortic, the tricuspid, and the pulmonic, and they all have different spots so we can pick them up. And it's very interesting because this heart sound recorder is very sensitive. And if we put this microphone too close to another one, we might pick up both of the vibrations that this heart or these valves are emitting. So this is what we're looking at, and I'll show you in some graphs later of what goes on when we actually have diseased valves. So you can kind of see here, for instance, I believe this is the aortic, and these valves, when it's nice and open, you'll get a nice lub-dub sound, and it's going to look really, really crisp. However, if we find ourselves with a little dis-ease inside of these valves, it will cause the vibration to be a little bit different, and that's what we're finding out here, and that's what we can pick up when we look at more of the nutritional side of things. So when we're looking at the heart sound recorder, it really goes down to three things. We're looking at the rate, the rhythm, and the tone. Now the rate is seeing if we're going lub-dub, 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 and it's going too quick, or we can say it's going too slow, where we go with a lub-dub, lub-dub, and we may have to approach it in some other sense. Now if we're going looking at the rhythm, I've seen hearts that go lub-dub, 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 and it's very inconsistent. Well, we can find out, then I'll talk a little bit after, how we can approach that. But lastly is the heart tone, and this one's interesting that I see in people that we have this sound that sometimes the sound is very low, and there's much stress on the heart that is not allowing that valve to open up and close, valve open up and close, open up and close. So it's not getting that good tone there. And the big thing that we're looking at is stressors, and we look at stressors 3 different ways here: from thoughts, traumas, and toxin sense. And what these will do is, the main thing that I'm seeing with a lot of these graphs is going back to this vitamin B deficiency. Now, when we're looking at these vitamins, the vitamin B is water soluble, so it may not stay in the body very long if there is a lot of stress in someone's life. So for instance, what can cause the vitamin deficiency is, maybe mental problems, fatigue, depression. There could be breathing issues, chronic pain, infertility, or blood disorders. These can cause a vitamin B deficiency. So we can find, like I was saying before, the heart is a mirror image of the body. So we can see, and I'll show you in a couple of the graphs of how these vitamin Bs, once we get stores back up into the body, it'll go back to that normal graph. And these are it right here. You can kind of see it. It looks a little better on your screen from kind of being blown up. But this is our normal sound that we've got going on. We've got our lub dub, first sound, second sound. And a couple of interesting things that I see what we look at is we want this first sound to be twice the height as that second sound. But you can kind of see with that rate as well, or that rhythm, it's very nice and consistent. It's nice tone, nice rate, nice rhythm. We've got this second sound actually resting. I see some patients have hearts that it's more of a tic-tac pattern, so their hearts aren't actually repairing. They're much more stressed out. So you can kind of see from this second graph, we want that tone to be higher. So this one's a little small. What this is kind of indicating is that there's some kind of autoimmune kind of response that's attacking the heart itself. And for instance, I've seen some patients, and Dr. Mark was kind of illustrating this before, it's a great tool to see how well the nutrition's doing for the body. So I've had someone with this kind of graph, and we've had them take some supplements, and it was cardiotrophin PMG. What this is allowing, we're within about 10 minutes of the patient taking the nutrition, they had this graph. Now they went back to this graph, because when we're taking the stress off of the heart, and that's kind of how the protomorphogen works, it allows it to get back to its normal state. And like I said, it works very quickly, because when we're looking at the heart eats first. So a couple of other different variations, you can kind of see here that there may be a little bit of a disturbance after the heart beats. So you can kind of state that the valve's opening and it's kind of closing. It's not opening, closing, opening, closing. And what we're finding out with these vibrations are just energies of sound being emitted from those little 4 valves that I was pointing out to you before. And then lastly too, we've got, there's much more different ways of how the heart kind of illustrates this, but another one here is that's very long. It's long. It's not so much that tone coming up, so it's kind of stressing out, kind of allowing it to open and close kind of thing. So it's emitting a lot of those sounds as well. And so that is just a very basic, generalized explanation of the heart sound recorder and how we actually utilize that. And I'm kind of going back to this, we use the products from Standard Process, and these products are whole food supplements. And that's the big thing where we're looking at this, and I was a big guy looking at a lot of these ingredients, and a lot of the ingredients inside of these products are very nutritionally dense. So it allows the heart to heal itself from eating first. So kind of keep that in mind. That's one of the big companies that we utilize when we're doing this heart sound recorder. And we do have a special going on all the way until the end of March 31st. You can come in for your first free initial heart sound scanning. And then what we have for non-nutrition patients is a program. And it's very interesting, and I've seen great results with it already, but we'll do this 3-scan program, which is $80, and we have you come in, do the scan, we'll have you take some nutrition for the heart and what we're finding out in your heart scans, and then at the end of maybe another 10 minutes, come on back into the room and we will see your scan normalize within 10 minutes. It's pretty amazing. It's getting some eye opens here, and it's awesome seeing it. And then we'll actually reevaluate you in maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever's working best for your schedule, to see how well your nutrition program is rolling. So that's the big one that we're looking at. That's all I have for this evening. You can always find us on Facebook, Instagram, Brighteon, and Rumble at Natural Health Quincy IL. You can sign up on our email that is going to be in the description box, and you can always call us for an appointment at 217-228-2040, and we are located at 20th and Jefferson, Quincy, Illinois. Thank you so much. Have a great one.